Human civilization has long been entangled with the concept of value, from the barter systems of ancient societies to complex global markets of the modern era. Human societies have measured and mediated existence for trade, profit, and utility. Commodities, goods, services, even ideas have long defined the structure of economies and social hierarchies. Yet humanity itself, paradoxically, remained outside this market logic. It has been treated as a source of labor, creativity, and culture, but never fully as a product to be quantified and traded. Today, that boundary is dissolving. We're entering an era in which human life, our labor, attention, desires, and very identities may become the ultimate commodity. This shift is not accidental, nor is it merely technological. To understand it, we must look to history, politics, and philosophy, for they illuminate both the trajectory and the stakes of commodification. Karl Marx, writing in the 19th century, observed the alienation of labor under industrial capitalism. Workers were separated from the product of their labor, estranged from their own creative capacities, and reduced to instruments of capital accumulation. The factory was not just a site of production, but a mechanism of disposition in which human potential itself was measured only by its capacity to generate profit. Marx's insights, though framed around industrial labor, presaged the contemporary logic of data, attention, and identity in the digital economy. Today, the alienation of labor extends to thought, desire, and social presence. Social media platforms, gig economies, and algorithmically mediated labor create a world in which human beings are not only producers, but quantified assets within a global network of value. What distinguishes the present moment is not the emergence of commodification, but its expansion in scope and intensity. Value is no longer confined to discrete acts of production. It is continuously extracted from behavior, interaction, and presence. Human life is rendered legible through systems that measure, categorize, and circulate it. Historical precedents, such as slavery and colonialism, demonstrate that the reduction of human beings to property is not without foundation. Yet in contrast to these overt forms, contemporary systems operate through abstraction. The individual is no longer simply owned, but translated into data, metrics, and predictive models that assign value in real time. Theoretical perspectives help clarify this shift. Baudrillard describes a condition in which representation begins to precede and structure reality, while Deleuze outlines forms of control that function through continuous modulation rather than direct imposition. Within such conditions, subjectivity is not fixed, but dynamically produced and evaluated. The implications are not only structural, but existential. Autonomy becomes conditional, shaped by systems that both enable and constrain action. Identity is increasingly mediated through visibility and performance, while desire itself is influenced by mechanisms designed to anticipate and direct it. The question is no longer whether human life can be commodified, but whether anything remains outside its reach. Anti-Autonomy, the final commodity, examines this transformation as both a historical development and a philosophical problem, one that suggests a more unsettling possibility. If humanity becomes the final commodity, who will own it, and who will be left to buy or sell?